Imagine a single seed, so powerful, that the Prophet Muhammad declared it a cure for every disease except death itself. This isn't folklore or ancient superstition, but a documented statement. It is recorded in Sahih Bukhari, an authentic collection of prophetic tradition. That seed is Nigella sativa, commonly known as black seed or black cumin. For 14 centuries, Muslims have treasured this tiny remedy, passing down tradition. The Hadith has been passed from generation to generation across many lands. But here's what makes this story extraordinary. Modern science is finally catching up. We're not claiming it literally cures everything. That would be absurd and misleading. However, what researchers discovered over the past 2 decades is genuinely remarkable. The seed contains a compound called Thymoquinone, now a focus of study. Scientists have tested it against an unusually wide range of human ailments. Let's be clear about something from the start of this discussion. This isn't about choosing between faith and science, or tradition and medicine. Instead, it's about witnessing how ancient wisdom illuminates modern research. They can illuminate each other in unexpected and sometimes profound ways. The prophetic guidance about black seed is among the most repeated advice. Mothers give it to their children, and healers recommend it widely. It's recommended for countless conditions, a trusted traditional remedy. But does this hold up through the rigorous lens of peer-reviewed clinical research? That's the question researchers worldwide have been investigating with great care. Their findings, published throughout 2024 and 2025, paint a compelling picture. The picture is both scientifically grounded and deeply intriguing to many. Let's walk through 5 specific benefits that modern medicine has now documented. The first benefit centers on inflammation and oxidative stress in the body. These are 2 underlying mechanisms behind countless chronic diseases today. A comprehensive meta-analysis in 2025 reviewed dozens of studies. It confirmed black seed oil demonstrates anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. This isn't just laboratory speculation or simple test tube experiments anymore. We're talking about measurable changes in inflammatory markers within actual human bodies. The Thymoquinone compound appears to modulate inflammatory pathways effectively. It potentially offers protection against cellular damage from aging and stressors. Think about inflammation as a fire burning inside your body. Sometimes it's helpful, like when fighting an infection actively. But chronic inflammation is like a fire that never goes out, damaging tissues. Black seed oil appears to help dampen those persistent, harmful flames. The second benefit involves joint pain and osteoarthritis, affecting millions. As we grow older, our joints wear down, and cartilage deteriorates greatly. Every movement can become an exercise in significant discomfort, limiting life. Traditional painkillers have side effects, so researchers seek safer alternatives. A double-blind clinical trial tested black seed oil against a placebo. This gold standard of medical research was used in patients with osteoarthritis. The results were striking. Participants reported measurable improvements in pain. They improved in stiffness and physical function compared to the placebo. This wasn't a marginal difference or simple wishful thinking at all. The improvement was significant, documented objectively using standardized tools. People could move more easily, experienced less morning stiffness, and felt better. For something as debilitating as chronic joint pain, that's genuinely meaningful. Now let's move to the third benefit, which might surprise you. It involves metabolic health, appetite regulation, and weight management overall. In 2025, a randomized controlled trial examined black seed oil's effects. It studied people struggling with weight issues and metabolic dysfunction. Researchers found participants taking black seed oil improved in key areas. Their appetite became more regulated, feeling satisfied with appropriate portions. Body composition measurements showed favorable changes with positive results. Metabolic markers like blood sugar and lipid profiles significantly improved. This connects to something deeper than simple willpower or eating less. Obesity and metabolic syndrome involve complex hormonal signaling and insulin resistance. They involve inflammation and cellular energy metabolism, complex internal processes. Black seed oil influences several mechanisms simultaneously, explaining its traditional use for vitality. The fourth benefit addresses respiratory health, specifically chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. This progressive lung condition makes breathing increasingly difficult and challenging. It dramatically reduces quality of life, impacting daily activities significantly. Conventional treatments help, but patients often struggle with symptoms and exacerbations. Clinical trials demonstrated COPD patients taking black seed oil received benefits. They took it alongside standard treatment, experiencing real and measurable results. Their lung function parameters improved, and they could breathe more easily now. Crucially, they had fewer acute episodes requiring emergency intervention. Imagine struggling for every breath, feeling like you're suffocating always. That's the reality for millions with severe respiratory disease conditions. Anything that genuinely improves breathing capacity and reduces flare-ups offers hope. Its anti-inflammatory properties likely play a significant role reducing airway inflammation. This brings us to the fifth benefit, perhaps the most intriguing one. It is immune support and powerful antimicrobial properties working together. This echoes the original prophetic claim about black seed's healing power. It was described as being a cure for every disease in ancient times. Obviously, black seed doesn't literally cure everything, for example cancer. Genetic disorders, trauma, and countless other conditions remain beyond its reach. But research published in Food Science and Nutrition is truly fascinating. It demonstrates Thymoquinone possesses antimicrobial activity against bacteria, fungi, and viruses. Furthermore, it appears to modulate immune function effectively, for balance. It strengthens the body's natural defenses without causing harmful overactivation. This helps avoid autoimmune problems, promoting healthier immune responses. It helps the immune system respond more appropriately to threats, which is truly therapeutic. So when the Hadith describes black seed as beneficial for every disease, perhaps it points not to a literal cure-all, but to fundamental strengthening. It strengthens the body's defense and repair mechanisms, a deeper meaning. That interpretation aligns remarkably well with what peer-reviewed research now documents. Before we conclude, there's one more intriguing detail worth mentioning. Some scholars believe black seed might be referenced in the Old Testament. It's mentioned in the book of Isaiah as a small, dark seed agriculturally. The connection remains contested and uncertain among biblical researchers. But if true, this humble seed appears across multiple Abrahamic traditions. It was valued long before modern science could explain why it works. That possibility adds another layer to an already fascinating story now. Ancient wisdom sometimes anticipates what laboratories later confirm today. So what's the takeaway from all this discussion and research? It's not that black seed oil is a magic bullet or a simple cure-all. Nor should we abandon modern medicine. Both have their important roles. Traditional remedies deserve rigorous scientific investigation, yielding impressive results. 1400 years ago, a man in 7th century Arabia made a claim. He made an extraordinary claim about a tiny black seed to his people. Today, laboratories globally publish peer-reviewed research on this topic. This reveals remarkable properties, potentially beneficial for millions of people. That's the power of bringing faith-based wisdom and modern science into conversation. Subscribe if you'd like more explorations of traditional health practices. These are explored through the lens of contemporary research studies. Tell us in the comments, had you heard this hadith before today?